So this problem here is going to be on the conic section of the circle. And the question is, write the equation and graph the circle centered at -2 and 3 with a diameter of 4. The standard form of a circle is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Your first step, you want to identify your coordinates given for x and y, and this will be your h and k coordinates. The center of the circle HK is going to be -2 and 3, which is also given here in our question. Step 2, you want to find the radius, and the formula for the radius is going to be r for radius equals d diameter, given here in our question as well. So diameter is 4/2. R equals 4/2 becomes r equals 2. So our radius is going to be 2. Now that we have our h and k coordinates and the radius, we can plug that into our equation. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4. So we know that this negative right here can be seen as a negative with a 1 in front. So we all know that a negative times a negative becomes a positive. So -1 times -2 can be jotted down here as x plus 2 squared. And this negative right here, if you picture a 1 right here, so a negative times a negative times a positive becomes a negative. So y minus 3 squared equals 4. So our answer is x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4. Now, if you want to graph this, we go on our coordinates right here on our graph, 0, 0. And we go over to -2 on our x-axis. And then up on our y, this will give us our h and k coordinates of -2 and 3. That's going to be our center. And our radius is going to be 2. So we bounce 2 spots to the left, 2 spots to the right, 2 spots up, and 2 spots down. And if you plot these right here, given by these coordinates, and you draw a circle connecting all these dots, you'll have a nice circle.
(6.7) It's a word problem. Assignment 6.7, problem number 9. Find the time required for an investment of $5,000 to grow to $6,000 at an interest rate of 7.5% per year, compounded quarterly. In order to solve, we will use the compound interest formula, where A is the amount in the account, T is the time in years, P is the principal of the initial amount invested, and 1 plus the rate over the number of times it's compounded. So here we'll just plug in the rest of the numbers. 6,000 equals 5,000. 1 plus 0.075 divided by 4, since it's compounded quarterly. And 4 times t. We're going to try to solve for t. So we'll divide both sides by 5,000. Comes out to 1.2. And then we'll add up the rate divided by 4. So that turns into 1.01875 and then after we have that, we have to take the natural log of both to get rid of the 4. So it comes out in 1.2 equals 4t. Natural log 1.01875. We divide that by both sides to get t. So, or the 4 ln. So we'll just do this. 4 equals t. And that, after you plug it into the calculator, t equals 2.45 years.
All right, so this presentation is on 3.1 functions and function notations. The problem is from homework, question 2. Determining if a table is a function. So determine if a table is a function. First, I check the x values. If an x value repeats with a different y value, it is not a function. So table 1 and 3 have no repeated x values, so they are functions. Table 2 and 4 have repeated x values with different outputs. So that's the rule. They are not functions. Thank you.
All right, section 6.1, CLO number 2. Michael is saving up to buy his first car. He has a choice between the following interest rates: either 5% yearly, 4.95% monthly, or 4.9% continuously. So we need to find all the interest rates, or the outcomes of all these interest rates, and then see which one's best. For yearly, we're going to do A equals 5,000, 1.5 to the fifth, and then that turns into A equals 5,000, 2762 2, 8, 1, 5, 6, and that equals 63, 81, 41. So that's yearly. All right. Calculate monthly. Do something similar, different formula. So A equals 5,000 times 1 plus, and the rate over number of months. So it would be 0, 5, 12 times 12 times the time, which is 5. Let's turn that into 2,000, 0, 0, 2, 5, 60. This equals 6,452 cents. I'll write that here. And for the last one, this one continuously is A equals PE T 1,000 E to 9 times 5. That becomes 0.245 power. And that becomes 6388.11. Compare these. And monthly is the largest and the best investment.
So in chapter 7.2, system of linear equations, we have x minus 6y minus 6z equals 0, y plus 2z equals negative 4, and z equals 1. So in this equation, we have a known value or known variable where z equals 1, in which we could use to substitute with the second equation, y plus 2z equals negative 4. So in this equation, we plugged in y plus 2z equals negative 4 and y plus 2, 1 equals negative 4. And we complete the equation, so y plus 2 equals negative 4. And then we'll bring 2 to both sides, or we'll subtract 2 to both sides, and we'll get y equals negative 6. So right now we have two variables where y equals negative 6 and z equals 1. And since now we have both values of y and z, we can plug it into our first equation of x minus 6y minus 6z equals 0. So we have x minus 6y minus 6z equals 0. And now we could substitute our values for y and z. X minus 6 times negative 6 minus 6 times 1 equals 0. And adding it all up, we'll get x plus 36 minus 6 equals 0. And so we get x minus 30. So all in all, our values of x, y, and z are going to be negative 30, negative 6, and 1.